You're listening to After the Review.
After the review.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review. I'm your host, Peter, and with me this week, first week without Terrell, we got Matt. What's up, Matt?
Hey, what's up, Pete, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. You know, we just played a little bit of Madden. We were having fun on the stream. It was a good time, and now we're talk football now this week since we got a game on Thursday.
Yeah, no, I'm excited, man. Good to get a little dub here in Madden to, really get me into the football mood. That BYU Navy game wasn't really doing it for me, so.
So I know I told you this on stream. BYU beat Navy 50-3, and the Navy's head coach said that's on him. They had not tackled since the bowl game 9 months ago until tonight's game. Like, what are you doing as a head coach? Are you serious?
That's mind-blowing to me. I don't know if I would admit that on live TV, to be honest with you. I can't believe he said that.
That's so embarrassing. Like, yeah, we haven't tackled in 9 months. I mean, he's been the head coach there forever, I think, and they've been pretty good. He's been successful, but good God. I mean, I know we had a pandemic and everything, but yeah, we haven't tackled.
Well, I guess it kind of makes sense. But when I was watching them, I was like, wow, BYU is destroying them. Like, I would just run the ball the entire time against Navy because they were just running power, and the guard was dominating that nose tackle for Navy, and it was just a bloodbath out there.
That man had no chance. It's not his fault. He stood no chance. He was not ready for this day.
Yeah, absolutely not. No.
I think that's a good setup though. That clearly football players need to hit each other before games because the NFL is trying. It feels like the NFL more and more is getting away from this with all this training camp, no preseason games, and then it's like, okay, how often are we going to get to hit each other? You know, less hitting for safety, but. I'm kind of worried for this week. Things might be really sloppy this week.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. I think the only thing that could possibly cover it up is the talent level in the NFL. Because in college, I guess, Navy and BYU, those aren't really four-star, five-star guys. But, it's still like it's hard to, transition back into hitting. There's no preseason. I know they have scrimmages, but I don't think they're even tackling in scrimmages, really. I
think they've gone full in a couple of scrimmages.
Right.
That's
good.
They have to be tackling because, like we said, they stand no chance. Because you say, the athleticism make up for it, but you're also trying to tackle better athletes on the other side of the ball. So
100%.
God knows. But yeah, so let's get into it. We have the game Thursday, Chiefs-Texans. Deshaun Watson secured the bag this week with that $116 million extension for 4 years. So he's probably feeling pretty good about this. And I don't know, man. It's going to be weird. They're supposed to have 16,000 fans in the stadium. I don't know what that's going to look like, how that's going to sound, but I'm assuming you like the Chiefs in this game. I'm liking the Chiefs in this game just to get the season off rolling.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that the problem the Texans are going to run to is, they got Will Fuller.
If he's healthy.
The dude's always hurt. Yeah, they can't stay on the field. Yeah, like the dude's a baller, but like he just can't stay on the field. And you trade away DeAndre Hopkins, who's a Hall of Fame player, and you get David Johnson, who's, was really good 2 or 3 years ago. He's been really unreliable, can't stay on the field as well. You got Bill O'Brien, pretty erratic guy.
Bill O'Brien's the GM of the year. What do you mean? He's just an elite front office guy.
And yeah, so I'm worried about Deshaun Watson because he's really fun to watch, and I just can only imagine how terrible they would be without Deshaun. So I mean, I'm glad he secured the bag though.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, what do we have to be worried about? My man, the bag secured. He's not sweating with that money guaranteed. And it was interesting. Somebody pulled up the stats. His numbers are almost identical to Dak Prescott's.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I feel like a couple years ago I saw that too. It's like they're just really identical in their career, and I think Deshaun's
younger.
He's younger by what, 2 years?
Yeah, so they did. So like the last 2 years they pulled up. I saw this today, and they're almost exactly the same. But as someone said, they go, Well, Deshaun Watson does that in spite of his team, and Dak Prescott does it because of his team. And this is why Dak ain't getting paid, I think. I don't know.
That's totally fair. Yeah, totally fair.
I was just surprised how close they were, because you don't think of those two on the same level. But I mean, the production is the production. I guess we're not really counting in the running, but I mean, Dak does enough running every now and then to kind of make up for it. I was just go ahead.
I think there's a good argument to be made that maybe maybe Jason Garrett was holding him back a little bit physically, like he wasn't letting him run as much. To me, I just don't know if Jason Garrett, it was just gonna be interesting when he's with the Giants. It feels like he's so stuck in like the 90s sometimes, and like he doesn't want to use like a dual threat guy. Maybe I don't know if Mike McCarthy's like that either, to be honest with you.
I mean, maybe Rodgers ran a good amount with McCarthy. Let him scramble out of the pocket at least and tuck it.
Yeah. So maybe Dak will do that, and that'll open up some passing, and maybe just some of the inconsistencies he may have in his passing game. That if he's able to run, maybe the defense will adjust to that. So it'll be interesting to watch him play this season. And obviously, I love watching Deshaun. Dude can run. He's just a highlight reel. He's a fun player to watch as well.
I definitely agree. I don't know what we're going to see out of the Texans this year. That's kind of an interesting division. I mean, you got Phillip Rivers in Indianapolis behind. I mean, the man's a statue back there, but that old line is okay. They can protect him to let him be a statue, but he's not throwing him much. I mean, it's Ty. What's Ty got left in the tank? I don't know. Jacksonville's a damn dumpster fire. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got guys leaving there taking a pay cut.
Hey, my man Yannick over there, he said $4 million, no problem. Out, deuces.
Yeah, that tells you all you need to know about how most players. And then I think Jalen Ramsey even said that too. He said that was like the best day of his life, and he's won a national championship. Yeah,
and he hasn't even gotten paid yet either. He's still on that rookie deal in LA.
Yeah, he just wanted to get out of there. I think did he come out and say a couple weeks ago he wasn't really worried about that yet, or something to that?
Yeah, it was a Hard Knocks thing. It was an interview, and then they put it on Hard Knocks. He was all pissy with the media. And like I was saying, it's like, I've watched 5 minutes of Jalen Ramsey on Hard Knocks, and I can't stand the guy. God, he's such a headache. But great player.
Yeah, he's just a typical corner.
Not even, though. He's a little bit – he's so much extra, it feels like. It's like, come on, man. I don't know. Corners are. He's trying to be Deion.
Deion went to Florida State.
Yeah, he's trying to be Deion, but he ain't Deion. Nobody's Deion.
Stop. Deion's a one of a kind for sure.
So, but everybody wants out of Jacksonville. They cut Leonard Fournette. I mean, they totally imploded the thing. Poor Gardner Minshew, which I like Minshew, but feels like they're tanking for Lawrence, right?
Yeah, it's really what it feels like. They're just kind of getting rid of all their players who are good.
Six guys left from that AFC Championship team 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was listening to someone and they were talking about how it's crazy how they've never seen a team win an AFC Championship and immediately start rebuilding after. It's like what it felt like
instant
they did.
implode. We lost the top. We wouldn't let Blake Bortles throw the ball, so we're going to pay him money and then instant implode the next year.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, that team was stacked on defense, and I mean, they were good enough on offense.
They just needed a quarterback. They paid Bortles that extra year. Then they overpaid Nick Foles, who couldn't even win the freaking job in Chicago. I mean, Jesus. Yeah. I mean, going to tangent on Chicago right now, their GM trades a 4th-round pick and is paying Nick Foles $21 million, but he couldn't pay Jameis Winston or Cam Newton $1 million contract to come in there and win that job.
Belichick's really looking like the winner out of that, isn't he? I mean, I know we're talking about the Bears, but Cam Newton's getting paid $500,000 a year, and he's a starting quarterback.
Easy.
Yeah, it's easy money. And then Nick Foles is, well, I think Nagy was at the Eagles. I think he worked with Foles, right?
No, Nagy was he worked with Foles in Kansas City.
Kansas City. Okay, so I can't remember the connection there, but
still,
maybe that's why. But still, that's ridiculous.
I told you, I have this conspiracy. When are they gonna get it? Old lady Hallis does not want no brother playing quarterback for her football team.
For the Bears?
Yeah. That owner,
Jeez.
she's like, I'm telling you, dude. I've been saying it for a while. How do you, okay, I give you a pass on passing on Patrick Mahomes. He was a little bit, I was all over him, but, he was an unknown a little bit, But Deshaun Watson
100%.
had just played in consecutive national championship games, won the national championship, played in the same conference as Mitchell Trubisky, and they traded up for Mitchell Trubisky, who started 8 games. Like, come on, that's something. That's something. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to complain that the Bears are a dumpster fire on offense because, Minnesota. But, that defense is so good. But it's going to be another one of those. That defense is going to be dragging a limp corpse to the finish line, it feels like.
Yeah, it's just going to be a disaster. It's the thing is I like Nagy. I think Nagy's a good coach. I think Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles just have nothing left. Nick Foles has nothing left. Mitch Trubisky's just not good.
And you feel bad for Mitch Trubisky. He didn't draft himself second overall in front of those guys.
Yeah, I wonder if it was just recency bias or if a scout was just a little overzealous with, and within the Bears organization, because if I remember correctly, that was like a big shock, right?
It was shock that they traded up. There was talk that he was going to get taken high, but again, and the Deshaun Watson knock was what? He was a little small and he didn't throw a perfect ball, but
yeah, dude's a winner though.
Yeah,
I feel like they just kind of sometimes it feels like scouts and GMs will just overthink the room. They're just like. They try to big brain it. It's real simple. Like Deshaun Watson wins games.
Yes, that much. He wins games. Yeah. Yes, he has great talent around him, but he wins games with great talent, playing against great talent. Nick Saban. Just look what he did against Nick Saban. Nick Saban does not get torn up, and he tore him up back-to-back seasons in the biggest game.
Yeah. There's literally anyone Nick Saban doesn't want to play. It's Deshaun Watson, really Dabo Swinney. Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. So
that's not false. He doesn't like the Dabo. But yeah, again, overthinking the room, so I'm not gonna worry about it. What else? Oh yeah, so we could talk about Bill and the Patriots. Cam said they're best friends. I love it. I love this. This is a match made in heaven. The divorce with Tom Brady not going strong, I guess, but Bill's happy with his new man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bill's been flaunting his man around, saying how he's, I think N'Keal Harry came out and said today he's there before me, and he leaves.
He's never seen him leave the building. He said.
Yeah, and so I feel good for Cam. I know a lot of people have been doubting Cam. I've been a doubter of Cam myself. Maybe he just needed a new place to upstart his career again, and hopefully he can go back to maybe being an MVP caliber player. I'd like to see that. He's really fun to watch. He was really fun to watch in college, and he was really fun to watch in the early 2000s or like the early teens this year. So be interesting. I think if anyone could bring it out of him, it would be Bill and Josh McDaniels.
He's only 5 years removed from the MVP. He's been in the season 9 years, so he's still there. I'm glad. I questioned Cam if he took football seriously with the hats, the fashion, the talk, the this and that. And this was kind of a make it, break it. And it seems like Cam taking it seriously. Everything I read and see. I didn't love the workout videos he was posting, with the lockdown. So to be fair, he couldn't get into workouts and people couldn't see him. But he was grinding. I'm like, is this all hype? Blah, blah, blah. But if you're impressing Bill, you're doing the job. And clearly he cares about football, which is what I needed to see. He cares about football. And he took a shot at Ron Rivera and the Panthers, too. He said something about this is like the most organized and prepared I've been around, like with a coaching staff or something like that. So he took a little shot at Carolina right there. I don't know, but
yeah. To be fair, though, the Patriots, that makes sense. They've been to 9 Super Bowls in 20 years.
True,
so.
But you didn't have to come out and say it.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh man, Cam, I love it. So that's there. The AFC East is very interesting to me because you got, Miami, Fitzmagic, and Tua. I love what the Dolphins are doing. The Dolphins, man, maybe a little sleeper out there. I don't know. The Bills obviously made the playoffs last year, and then my good old lovable Jets with crazy man bug-eyed Adam Gase over there. God, why does Why does he hate Le'Veon Bell? I don't get it.
Me either. I was just listening to John Middlecoff, and they're talking about how. Well, I think didn't Adam Gase come out and say he looks really slow?
Yeah,
He's like, pretty
yes.
slow.
He says like, yeah, he looks
Feel like
slow.
you're shitting on him. Yeah. To be fair, maybe Le'Veon just isn't the same guy after taking a year off. Who knows? Maybe Adam Gase just wants him to get him the hell out of Dodge. Who knows? So,
I mean, he paid him
I'm
money.
not a big Adam. Yeah, I'm just not a big Adam Gase guy. I know Peyton Manning swears by him, but I think it's just because Adam Gase is just like a big football guy, and like Peyton Manning's like a huge football guy, and just. I mean, they're texting about plays at 3 a.m. probably.
I liked the hire 2 years ago, but after watching him coach, like head coach last year, he blew up that Dolphins team, and all those Dolphins players are kicking ass or elsewhere around the league. And now it looks like he's doing the same to the Jets, and it's like poor Sam Darnold, because I still think Sam Darnold's got it. I think Sam Darnold's better than Josh Allen at quarterback. He just has nobody around him at all, or any help from his head coach or anything. I mean, I don't know. He's a questionable guy. He's a little too goofy. Maybe he's much more of a quarterback's coach, offensive coordinator guy than a head coach, because everyone can't stand him, it seems like, at least on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, I know Jamal Adams, it really felt like he was really bought in, not this past season, but the season before. And then, and it's just really deteriorated from there. And so, I mean, I feel like if you lose a guy like Jamal Adams, who I feel like gives 110% from what it seems like the persona he gives off, he plays his ass off every game. If you lose a guy like that in the locker room, like that's going to be tough to keep your players' confidence in you as a coach, I would think. Yeah,
it's split. It feels like they want Greg Williams, the DC, to be the head coach there, which, I mean, he's a cheating scumbag, don't get me wrong, but if he's the head coach and you hire like an elite offensive guy for your offense and you kind of run it like two separate teams, I have no problem with that. That's something that the Jets could do. They need to try something in the Jets. I know we're talking a lot about the Jets, but
there's a good argument to be made. Maybe Greg Williams should have gotten the head coaching job with the Browns instead of Freddie Kitchens 2 years ago.
Yes, because he turned them around. I mean, they were winning games under him. I mean, Freddie Kitchens was calling the plays, but Greg Williams at least, held the room after that dumpster fire they had, and then we saw what Freddie Kitchens did. So it might have been the right move.
Well, Freddie Kitchens, he's in New England?
The Giants?
No.
Maybe?
It's not the Giants. It's the Giants because I remember someone was calling Joe Judge a clown because he's making coaches run laps of like it's the NFL.
He should. Like Freddie Kitchens could use a couple laps.
Yeah, he really could. It was just something like I was reading something like you're really going to tell Jason Garrett to go run laps. Jason Garrett's like 20 years older than you.
I'm sure Jason Garrett wouldn't mind it though. Jason Garrett looks like a spry guy. He'd run with do a nice little jog with Daniel Jones. Maybe give him a little bit of clapping, let's go.
Wear his giant belt, his accessory belt that Batman put together for him.
Yeah, dude, he's got a lot of stuff that he needs in there.
Yeah, I remember there was a running joke at Dallas Sports Radio about. It felt like he was adding something every week as a joke. It was just like this giant, just accessory belt.
He's trolling at this point. He knows what's going on. He's listening to talk radio. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, I've heard good things about Joe Judge, apparently. Guys, the team, let me phrase that. The players like him a lot, apparently.
Yeah. I was listening to John Middlecoff, and he was kind of saying it felt like that. He thought Joe Judge was kind of a clown, but I haven't really been paying attention to it. But I know it's kind of I'm sure they do like Joe Judge compared to Pat Shurmur and old bowl cut. What was
yes, Ben McAdoo.
Yeah, Ben McAdoo. I'm sure they love Joe Judge compared to those two clowns.
I don't know how many guys they have left from that, but yeah, Pat Shurmur, not a head coach. Good offense coordinator, not a head coach.
No, yeah, he's a great offensive coordinator. It's just some guys have it at head coach, and just I guess Pat Shurmur doesn't. Unfortunately, what was that? His second opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Where was Pat? Yeah,
Cleveland. He was in Cleveland before that. So
that's what it was.
He's done. All right, let's get into some playoffs. I guess let's hop over to the AFC. We'll save the NFC for later since that's our conference. But we can start AFC East. Who you like winning this division?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Buffalo Bills. I really like Sean McDermott. I think he's a really good coach. I think Josh Allen hopefully takes that next big step with having Stephon Diggs there. got Cole Beasley, got a solid running back. I think they drafted a guy, I can't remember who, but Devin Singletary's there. The guy was a good player, watched him in college.
They do like Singletary.
Defense is going to be solid.
Defense.
Yeah. Singletary was an animal against UNT. I swear by him. I think he ran for like 250 yards in a game against us. So
I worry about Diggs is my only thing. Diggs, I want to know if Diggs blows up that locker room because he complained having the most accurate deep ball passer in Kirk Cousins, not throwing to him enough. And now he's going to the least accurate deep ball passer in Josh Allen. So, I mean, Josh Allen can throw it far. He ain't going to be at you, bud. You have to go get it.
Right. Yeah, it'll be super interesting. I've heard so many good things about Josh Allen just like as a dude, and like he just grinds. And so, it's easy to root for a guy who just,
I mean, he's a gamer. He doesn't have to throw deep. He don't have to throw an accurate deep ball, man. He's a gamer. He sticks his nose in there, makes plays with his legs, trucks some people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine with me. Not everybody's got to have a hose over there.
No. Yeah. So no. I think I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I think Buffalo probably go 10-6, 9-7, something like that.
I like that. The division's weak. Oh, God, I was really tempted to pick the Patriots again with Cam.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be very consistent. They don't have any weapons on offense that are any sort of good, so they're going to be running Cam into the ground, it feels like. The defense is going to be great.
Yeah.
Not a lot of great offenses. Miami's tempting. I think they're a year away with Tua. Tua's eventually going to play. Fitzmagic can get you a couple wins early, though, because he always does.
Yeah.
And so, but I agree. I'm going to go with the Bills. They're finally going to win this division. Defense is going to lead them. The offenses aren't great in that division. They're going to lock it down. So I like the Bills also. And then we can roll AFC North. Lamar going for another MVP?
Yeah. I think that's an easy one for me. I think it's going to be Baltimore. I know a lot of people think – I think Colin has them
16-0.
15-1, 16-0.
He has them 16-0.
I don't think I'm bold enough to say that. I just think they added a couple more pieces again to an already stacked team. Got Earl Thomas out of there, who apparently was a cancer in the locker room. Lamar, just another dude who's like Josh Allen. He heard all that noise, and he goes in the gym and the lab and just gets it done, grinds.
So I have their schedule here. They realistically don't have to get on the plane, but for 2 games if they don't want to. At the Texans week 2, and then at the Colts at the beginning of November. Everything else is within driving distance of Baltimore.
Oh, bless up, man. They got to thank the football gods for that one, or the scheduling gods, whoever they pray to. They need to pray to them.
It's nice.
That's a blessing.
That is nice, especially in a pandemic year. I mean, it might be a little different with the no fans. That would be a huge edge with the fans because you could, get a better crowd on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just excited to watch Lamar. Hopefully, he can take that next step throwing the ball. So
I think they're gonna go away from running him. They got J.K. Dobbins. Their running game is gonna be so much better this year, just like with Ingram and Dobbins, that they're not gonna run Lamar and things are gonna open up. Now I don't know. You worry about Lamar. He's 0-2 in playoff games at home. That's a big, big red flag for me. So if he does it again, Lamar Jackson ain't it. He ain't the guy if he loses 3 straight home playoff games. I'm going to put that out there. That might be a hot take. He's like Andy Dalton at this point from a winning standpoint.
No, that's not a hot take at all. I think, it's cool to, blow it up in the regular season, get some MVPs, but, what people remember you by is what you do in the playoffs. I know people remember MVPs too, but you just got to get it done this year or not at all. So
yeah, I agree. You got to be playing for a shot to go. You got to be in the conference championship game. I think you got to be playing for a shot to go to the Super Bowl.
No, I agree.
So,
for sure.
I mean, I'm a little interested. Cleveland might put it together this year with Stefanski. I don't know. His play calling is so 50-50. I don't know what Big Ben's got left in the tank. Poor Joe Burrows. I feel bad for Joe Burrows. That O-line is so dog shit.
Yeah, I know he's got Joe Mixon, but
that's going to help. They're going to lean on Joe a lot, I think.
Yeah, and I think AJ Green just like kind of like the same thing. What does he have left in the tank? Who's the wide receiver?
They got Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd's solid.
And they got that dude from Clemson. Can't remember his name. T. Higgins.
Oh, T. Higgins. That's another solid. I like that core. They also paid Joe Mixon, also secured said bag. So if you get some offensive line, the defense, I don't know what I have literally know nothing of that defense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Trey Waynes. I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. They signed all those Viking guys. They have Trey Waynes and Mackenzie Alexander. But Mackenzie Alexander got his ass arrested. Who the hell knows what's going on with that? Did you hear that story?
Yeah. No.
So
what happened?
Apparently, this is wild story. I haven't followed up on it. Mackenzie Alexander's dad went apple picking with this guy, and the guy left him there, and his dad was missing. So Mackenzie Alexander flew home to help try and find his dad, and then he confronted the guy who left him, and he beat the shit out of him.
Oh, okay. No, I did hear about that. I forgot where I read that. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
I think you may have told me that.
Maybe, dude, it's so.
I think we're playing Call of Duty or something. Yeah, I don't know.
It's the strangest story. I haven't followed up on it. It was probably a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. But it's first of all, two men going apple picking. Okay, that's cool. And then you leave the other guy you go with? What? What is that guy thinking? Maybe he killed. I don't know, man. I don't want a suspect. But that's wild, right? You just leave the guy you went with, and then he goes.
Sounds very murder mystery.
Yes, and then he confronts him, and of course, what do you think? What good's gonna happen when you confront him? Why'd you leave my dad? Of course, I'm gonna beat the shit out. He's gonna beat the shit out of him.
100%. Yeah. No, that's such a crazy story. Yeah. That's interesting.
It's weird. It's just weird. I mean, that's wild in Cincinnati. So, okay, AFC South. This is probably the most interesting division to pick a winner from because I think we have three teams at about the same spot, and then the Jags.
Yeah. I've been kind of bouncing around. Really, two teams.
Yeah, we lean Houston, Indy.
I'm actually going to go with Tennessee.
Tennessee? All right.
Tennessee.
They played the AFC Championship game last year.
Yeah, I just really like what Derrick Henry did last season. I think he's just a beast. I think Ryan Tannehill can do just enough for your team.
Tannehill was good.
I think maybe they was
good in Miami.
Over the hump.
They won a little bit in Miami, and like you said, take a little edge off. I don't know Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry did get paid. What's that do?
Yeah, maybe that. You would hope that doesn't, change how he plays, but I think Delaney Walker. I think they got Delaney Walker still.
He's 100. Man, Delaney.
Yeah, it's not. Who's the other receiver? It's not Corey Davis.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. That's who
Young
it is.
man.
AJ Brown out of Ole Miss.
Came on last year. And
got
then
a good O-line.
Good defense. Crazy man Mike Vrabel is gonna be cutting off his penis, like he said, to win a Super Bowl.
Hey, I don't blame him, man. That's you gotta respect the commitment to the game.
Hold up, he already won 3 Super Bowls with New England.
Yeah, it must be a different kind of high as a head coach or something.
That's what got me going when
nutty.
he said that. When he said that last year, but that's a guy you can get behind, though. If your head coach is saying stuff like that, the team is gonna love that. Your boys are gonna love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Vrabel. Maybe Mike Vrabel goes mustache this year again. I don't know. This just
how about full
mustache
beard?
Mike. I don't know.
This might be a full beard year. It's quarantine year. We might be rocking full grizzly beards. I don't know. I like that. That's tempting. I think I'm gonna go with the Colts though. I like Phillip Rivers behind. I mean, he's like I said, can't run. I love Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin and that backfield, splitting time with Marlon Mack. Ooh, that O-line, they road graders. I mean, and their defense is super solid. They don't turn anybody over, but maybe they get some lucky bounces this year and force a couple turnovers because there's always one team that's turns everybody over out of nowhere, right? And maybe it's the Colts this year. God, I love Darius Leonard in the middle there, all-pro linebacker, one of the best to do it right now. So I like that. I think they have because they showed some signs with Jacoby Brissett, but I think Philip's going to get it done for this year, maybe next year, and then they're going to move on to old face out of Washington, Eason, that they drafted. So, or maybe they'll draft. If it doesn't work, they'll blow up. They'll get somebody really good in the draft. So, but I like the Colts. Poor Bill O'Brien butt chin.
Yeah, I think it kind of all hinges for Indy on how good Phillip is, right?
100%.
I think. Yeah, it's if he's good, they're great. If he's I think even average, I think they're terrible. So
he can't turn it
yeah.
over like he did at the
Yeah.
Chargers, but they can protect him. Like the Chargers have zero offensive line, and so Indy's like,
Yeah.
I mean, best offensive line in football probably. I would say, definitely
Yeah.
up there.
I mean, Quentin
yeah.
Nelson's just not a human being.
As a former offensive lineman, Matthew, does it just like I mean, we're talking from 6 to 12, warms your heart, a little bit of blood flow going in the other regions, watch him road grade like that. Oh.
I think I watched a highlight film from like I guess it was his rookie season, and it had like the audio, like I guess the field audio. And
Oh,
it
like
was
mic'd
him
up?
just
Yeah.
literally just annihilating people. Like the sound it was making, like his pads or helmets, just making contact with people. Dude, he's a freak. Like I thought Zach Martin's incredible.
Yes.
But I think Quentin Nelson is just like he plays like a feral animal out there.
That's what you want. Offensive linemen are always a little screwy, right? Always
like it's funny. It's like you have like the quiet offensive lineman who gets after it, and then you have like dudes like Quentin Nelson who are just like, I think he's probably like that. He's probably pretty normal off the field, but he's just like an insane person.
Normally you have like your center who's the intellectual guy. Your tackle's usually pretty quiet, or then you have like a couple of lunatics over there who are like, we're just gonna hit people.
It's generally the guards.
Dude, and he fell a little bit because he was a guard. It's like, how high do you draft a guard? You maybe should have drafted him a little bit higher because holy shit, it's totally changed the way you could just run behind him. You don't even have to throw the ball. Just let him go kill two people on a play. And, God, I love me some Quentin Nelson.
And I think there's really only a couple D linemen that maybe just Aaron Donald.
Yeah. There's a few.
Eric Armstead.
Yeah, I think it was, I forget. He was mic'd up last year, and he said, "Man, he got me. He got me this week. I didn't play good." But yeah, it's not a match you're gonna find every week that can run with him. All right, let's AFC West, the home of the defending Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. Are they repeating, or we got a sleeper in there?
Yeah, I think I should just give you this. Who's going to win second place, right? Because it's going to be clearly going to be the Chiefs for me. But,
I don't know, man. They might have Super Bowl hangover. They might pull back a little bit, or they're just hungry. We don't.
Yeah. I think Pat Mahomes has a good head on his shoulders. I know he just got paid a lot of money, but I think he wants to. I think him and Andy Reid and Brett Veach. Just have a really good thing going up in Kansas City. So I think I don't think they have those guys on the team who are just willing to settle either. So I think for me, I think Kansas City is going to, I think they should
run away,
do really well. I think Denver's going to be really good this year too.
I love me some Broncos. They lost so many they were leading something like 12 or 13 fourth quarters they were leading in last year.
Yeah.
And I know they lost 8 of them or something like that. It was insane. And then they brought in Drew Lock and he tore it up. So I like the Broncos, put a threat, but I'm with you, Chiefs. I think they pull back a little bit. I think they win like 11, 10 games maybe, but it's going to be enough to win that division.
For sure. Yeah, I think so too. And
right.
I think the Raiders will be. Who knows about the Raiders?
Who knows? I saw this stat. They were third passing offense last year, but the 30th ranked passing defense. What?
Yeah, can't have that. Yep, can't have that.
I couldn't believe the Raiders were the third passing offense with Josh Jacobs that was a stud last year. But
and apparently as bad as Derek Carr is, supposedly.
I don't know. I mean, he's starting. Mariota's on the IR now, so I mean, it's Derek Carr through and through. And then I like what Mayock does. He drafts nothing but the best players from the best conferences. I don't know if they're going to translate to the NFL, but he drafts winners.
Can we talk about, real quick, how they drafted Lynn Bowden Jr. in the 3rd round? Did you see this?
No.
And then they traded him.
For a 4th round pick.
They traded him to Miami. They gave Lynn Bowden in a 6th for a 4th, and they've drafted him in the 3rd. And someone must have said he must have pissed someone off.
He must have really done something bad.
Because I know he was a really good player in college. He didn't even play a snap.
Versatile.
No one has film on him.
Yeah, versatile return guy. I don't know. He must have done something. Maybe he's got a suspension coming that we don't know about. I mean,
it's true.
He might have been Antonio Brown type. They ain't going to deal with any of that nonsense that they had to deal with last year.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
I did see that. I was like, I don't know if the math adds up on that. So, all right, 3 wild card teams. Give me your 3 wild cards.
Okay. Steelers.
All right.
Shoot. Texans.
Mm.
And
I know the
you know
third.
what? Patriots.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. See, that third wild card team changing it up this year. I like that. It makes the 1 seed so much better, right? That only one team gets that bye, so it means so much more.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah.
I like that little wrinkle. So you like it? You like him, Big Ben? You trust in Big Ben? Mike Tomlin? That defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think TJ Watt is an animal. I think Juju Smith-Schuster's got a lot to prove this year. I think he's going to come out and play really well. I think James Conner, too, has something to prove as well. I know it kind of feels like both of those guys are in the shadow of Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown a little bit.
That's true.
So maybe they can, maybe since they're a couple years removed from that, they can come out and just, be themselves. And hopefully Big Ben
it's got something.
doesn't, yeah, apparently Big Ben's never felt this good before. So
he did look a little slim. He looked a little bit slimmer.
Yeah. He said his arms never felt this good ever before, but I think he's known to embellish a little bit. So.
This is true. But everyone was freaking out when he posted that picture with the beard. He had like the Santa Claus beard looking thing, but it was all not white. Yeah. But it was like, oh my God, Big Ben's gone crazy. And then he shaved, and it's like, oh, Big Ben looks kind of thin. He's looking a little slender right now. So yeah, I get that.
He was playing a trick on us.
So you keeping out Cleveland, Baker, no more money maker. Saying he's done.
Yeah, that was a close one for me, but I just think, man,
it's tough.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a tough one. Yeah, maybe give me a couple weeks. I could be teetering with the Patriots and the Browns.
All right.
Yeah, because the Browns are stacked.
They are stacked, but can they put it together? All right. I like the Patriots. I think they're going to be consistent enough if they can stay healthy. The defense and Cam, they're going to run the ball and play defense, short games. That's how you win in the NFL. I like that. Give me the Tennessee Titans and give me
good one.
The Denver Broncos.
Ooh.
I like Drew Lock. I'm going Bill O'Brien implodes in Houston. He gets fired. I like Drew Lock. Like I said, Vic Fangio, they're going to play good defense with him. And the boys, Philip Lindsay, they got Melvin Gordon this year. Cortland Sutton's ready to break out and be a monster again, I think. So maybe Noah Fant finds his footing at tight end, and they get it going.
Yeah.
The only issue I have is their left tackle. They don't have a left tackle and their right tackle opted out, or is it the other way around? Whatever. They're missing both their tackles this year. So
yeah, that's rough.
That's a little rough, but
especially in that division.
Yes, this is true. But if you can run the ball successful enough, you don't need to worry about those tackles. Pound the ball with Melvin Gordon. You bring in Philip Lindsay. They start coming at you. You dump it right over their head to Philip and let that man work in space. So I like those 3. All right, let's give me who you got coming out. Who's going to the Super Bowl out of the AFC?
Man, I think it's so easy to say the Chiefs.
Ooh.
But I don't think I can go with the Chiefs. Gosh. You know what? Yeah, Chiefs.
All right.
Chiefs.
I like it. It's not, that's a good, they're the defending champs. I don't hate it. All right. So we spent a lot of time in the AFC. We can kind of spend a little bit less time in the NFC, I guess. NFC East, you're going with the Cowboys, I'm assuming?
Yeah, gotta go with Cowboys. You can't pay me enough to pick the Eagles, even if it was a clear choice.
You mean you're not taking the Washington football team?
No, I think that's a freaking disaster, to say the least. And I think the Giants may have a good coach, but I just don't think they have any. They got Saquon.
I think they're okay. I think they'll be competitive. I think they'll be decent.
I think they'll win 4, 5, 6 games. I think maybe.
Oh, I think they're a little more. I think they're like a 7-win team right there.
Yeah,
but
I think the Washington's going to get dominated.
Go football team.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Ron Rivera because Ron Rivera is a really good guy. So
talk about inheriting a dumpster fire. They had the name controversy, they have the sexual harassment controversy. He has no quarterback. It's not great for him, but
No.
We'll see. I am going to go with the Eagles. I think they're finally going to be semi-healthy this year. Carson Wentz won that division with me, you, a trash can, and a piece of bubble gum playing wide receiver and running back for him last year. So I think he's going to stay a little bit healthy. The defense worries me a lot, but I think they're going to be healthy enough to win that division. All right, we can go on to my division, I guess, the NFC North. Where are you going?
I'm going Minnesota. I know a lot of people think Green Bay. I just think Kirk Cousins, and I think maybe getting Stephon Diggs out of there, who's ready to get out of there. Maybe get that off of Kirk Cousins' back a little bit. And you have Adam Thielen. It's Justin Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
That's who's there. You got Justin Jefferson, Kyle Rudolph, and then who's that other tight end?
Irv Smith Jr.?
Irv Smith Jr. is a good player.
Swerving Irv, baby.
Defense is going to be solid. That's how Mike Zimmer is.
So the only thing I worry about the defense is the corners. They're a little, they're pretty young. They're pretty raw out there. Corners are raw, but we got traded for Yannick. We're going to have two bookends that are going to go get it. I saw quarterback pressure since 2017. Daniil Hunter and Yannick, I can't even say, call him Yannick, both rate in the top 5 in quarterback pressures, and they're going to be coming from you at both ends. You can't double them both. So good luck with that.
You can really cover up corners. You can cover up your corners if you have really good pass rush.
That's right. And then Kendricks and Barrs roam in the middle at linebackers, and then both safeties back there, the highest graded safeties in football, Anthony Harris, Harrison Smith. So I think we can piece it together. It's going to be the offensive line. Can we stay healthy? I'll be interested to see. I'm going with the Vikings too. The Packers, I think, are going to pull back a lot. They won 13 games last year, but all their stats said they should have won 8 to 9 games based on everything that they did.
Yeah.
So I think they pull back.
Just a real average 13-win team.
Very, very average 13. And it showed in the NFC Championship game. They got smoked.
Yep.
Minnesota was much more competitive than Green Bay was for most of that game, at least. And then people like Detroit. I don't know what Matt Patricia's doing in Detroit. Who knows?
Yeah. I like Stafford a lot. I've always liked Stafford. Maybe it's because he's from Dallas, but man, there's a lot of mixed opinions on Matt Patricia. Who knows? They got good players. Kenny Golladay got good running backs. Got Kenyon Johnson.
Starvin Marvin is your second receiver.
And then you got DeAndre Swift too, right?
Yes,
running back.
And Adrian. They got AP now too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was the quote I heard. I think Kerryon Johnson or DeAndre Swift, either one of them said, am I allowed to ask for an autograph or a picture?
It was probably DeAndre Swift, being a young man that he is. Like, I grew up idle. Can I have a picture, sir?
It would be so. I wonder how AP is with stuff like that. I wonder if he's weird about it, or
I don't know.
He hates that.
I haven't heard anything. See, I didn't hear anything out of Minnesota that he was bad about that stuff. So I don't know. He seems like he was good in Washington. I was surprised Washington cut him.
Yeah, especially because Darius Geis is in jail, right?
Yeah, he's got a lot going on. So they're going with the rookie over there in Washington.
Yeah, admitting to the police that you choked your girlfriend.
Oops.
He's like, yeah, I did that. It's like, dude, you can't do that.
Okay, you did it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
All right, let's go. NFC South, Tampa Bay, New Orleans. We got the old man. I'm telling you, this is a geriatric club of quarterbacks, and Teddy Bridgewater's got one knee, so they all need walkers and canes going around in that division at QB. Do you like Tampa? Who you like?
I like Tampa. I think Drew Brees. I don't know. I just don't think he has anything left.
He looked bad in that playoff game.
Yeah, and he's just getting real old, and I just think I like Tom. Maybe he's a little rejuvenated. New place, new coach, got a lot of different energy.
Could he have any more weapons?
Yeah, literally. I think, and they just didn't they sign Leonard Fournette too?
They did.
They got Mike Evans. They got
Chris Godwin.
The guy's name.
Gronk.
OJ
Howard.
Howard.
Yeah.
Decent running backs before they even.
Yeah, Ronald Jones is fine. I like Ronald Jones.
Yeah. I think Tampa probably won 11, 12 games. I know a lot of people think 10. I like Bruce Arians a lot. I really liked him when he was at the Colts. I thought, obviously.
Yeah, when Pagano went down.
Yeah, I just think Bruce Arians is an elite coach. So
And then look what he did with Arizona. He took them 8 wins or whatever, and then they won. They would have had the first pick in the draft after he left, and nobody left that team. It was just elite. I agree. I'm going with Tampa Bay. I think New Orleans might implode, but if they play Jameis Winston, don't sleep on them. I think Jameis in that offense could be deadly because they could then stretch the field out and space things out. But Atlanta, who the hell knows with Atlanta? They always feel like they still haven't gotten over that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Atlanta's is always pretty interesting, and then you never know with them.
You never, you're right. You never know.
Slow.
Yeah, they started so slow last year, and then they rolled at the end.
And then they kept Dan Quinn, and I think if they start slow again though this year, I think he'd get fired pretty early in the season.
Yeah, he gets the axe. All right, NFC West, very competitive division.
Very
defending NFC champion Niners. I'm going with the Niners. What about you?
I'm going with Seattle.
Ooh.
Going with boy Russ. I think DK Metcalf takes a huge step this year. Hopefully Josh Gordon. They just signed him, correct?
Yes, Josh Gordon back off the pot again.
Yeah, I was like, if the man can stay off the pot,
I don't think you can get suspended for weed anymore.
Okay, yeah, well, okay, then whatever, smoke whatever you want, brother.
But light it up.
Yeah, I mean, just hopefully because Josh Gordon was, what is he 30 now though?
He's getting up there.
Yeah, well, maybe he can just be a really good number 2, and then you got Tyler Lockett. Got Chris Carson, got Rashad Penny, got a decent offensive line, got Jamal Adams now, who can be that heart and soul of your defense.
Yeah, their secondary was so bad is what they needed.
Yeah,
Bobby Wagner's still running around there.
Yeah, Pete Carroll. I was like Pete Carroll. A lot of people have little mixed feelings about Pete Carroll, but I think Seattle just edges it out barely for the 49ers.
No McVay. We got no McVay love up in here. The Rams. All right.
Yeah.
Give me your wild card teams. Give me the 3 wild cards.
Okay, I got the Eagles.
Yep.
The 49ers.
All right.
And Saints.
Okay. Pretty solid there. I like that. It's not too crazy out there. I'm going. Give me the boys. Give me the Rams.
I like that one.
And
too.
then give me the Seahawks as that third team right there.
There you go.
So I'm going no Saints, no Packers. That's my big shocker right there. All right, and then NFC, who you got? What's your Super Bowl matchup? So you got Kansas City. I don't think I ever give my AFC pick. So,
you might call me nuts. I think I'm gonna go Seattle.
Oh, you're going Seattle, Baltimore, or Seattle, Kansas City Super Bowl, and who's getting it done? You going back to back, or does Russ get another one?
Yeah, man, Russell Wilson's my favorite player, but I think if there was a team to go back to back, I think it would be Kansas City. So I'm gonna go with Kansas City.
All right, I don't hate it. I did not give away my AFC pick, but I kind of just tipped it. I like the Ravens come out of the AFC. I think this is the year they do it. I think they get it done this year. Well coached team. I think Kansas City pulls back just a little bit. Now, who knows? AFC Championship game, we get into a shootout. Who the hell knows? I like them, and you know what? This might be a stretch here, but I think we're going to have a home Super Bowl finally in Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers.
Ooh.
I think the Buccaneers get to that Super Bowl. And you know what? Yeah. We're going to have an old man versus a young man, new, old. Is it going to be are we passing the torch here? Like, cuz I could also see Kansas City. We have Mahomes, Brady, we're passing the torch. And Tom Brady's going to say, not so fast.
Not so fast, my friend.
Breaking Lee Corso, not so fast. Yeah. And the GOAT gets another one.
Yeah, get the almighty 7. Okay, I like that.
7. Too bad there's going to be no fans. A home Super Bowl with no fans. I think it's very fitting.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, he doesn't need the fans there, right?
He does it. Actually, I don't know, man. He might feed off those fans. I don't know.
That's true.
But I like the GOAT. I don't know why. I just got a weird feeling about it.
No, totally fair. That team is stacked too. So it wouldn't surprise me if they got on a roll. Bruce Arians has that deep ball offense. So
I heard this stat today. You ready for this one? This will blow your mind on the Buccaneers. Last year, they had 41 turnovers. You know the last team to have that many turnovers in the NFL? The 0-16. No, the 0-16 Cleveland Browns. They had 41 turnovers.
Oh my God.
The Buccaneers went 7-9 last year. They were 7-7 and should have won both the last games to go 9-7. They went 7-9.
Yeah.
So if Tom Brady brings that number back down to 12 turnovers on the season, just imagine the things they could do.
Yeah, for sure.
It. All right.
Yeah, that's a good stat.
I like that. I think that's going to do it for us this week. I'm excited. It's a little bit longer podcast, but the NFL start and we're hyped up. I'm excited. You're excited. We're going to have you on more, hopefully. I know if you want. It's up to you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, brother. Yeah, anytime.
All right. So that's going to do it. Be sure to check out the links in the description. Anything else you want to push out there? Say anything?
Oh, man. Just give my man Pete a follow on Twitch.
Check that out.
Especially when we're doing a little Bad Company.
Dude, we got the
Call
game.
of Duty, and then and the Yard now. Your boy's the quarterback. We're throwing dimes to my boy Pete.
Big man, the Buffalo.
Give him a follow.
All right, I appreciate the shout out. I like that. So, and then we got a couple of new segments coming up this week since it's football season. So be sure to check out the YouTube channel for those daily videos also. And we'll see you all next week. All right, perfect.